Hey guys, it's me, Sage Christine. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Sage Christine, and thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoy today's topic. Okay, so today's topic, I wanted to talk about the lessons that I have learned in my love life. I mean, I'm only 23 years old, and I haven't done that much dating around, but my experience, my romantic experience so far, I feel like, I got some things to say and stuff like that. So I'm going to be talking about several different romantic experiences in this video. So I just want to say that. And this is the first video of the series, which is titled The Beginning Stages of Love, which we talk about chemistry versus compatibility and setting boundaries. And we're going to dive into all of those things. And because it's the beginning stages of love, if you see me look down, I do have notes. Oh, and also sorry for my voice. I am recovering from a cold. So, in this video, we're going to be covering some ground topics, which we talk about the beginning stages of love, which is meeting someone, setting boundaries, and understanding the difference between compatibility and chemistry. So, topic number 1, meeting someone you're interested in. So, like when you're first interested in someone romantically, it could be very exciting. It could be new. It could be fresh. It's like, oh my God, like, I think I like them. And it's even more exciting when they like you too. You get all these butterflies, or, you get flustered when you're around them. And just like that sense of delusion sometimes. It's just like, oh my God, I like them so much. But a quote that I've heard, and I think is very true, is a crush is somebody that you don't know. Once you get to know them, you may not be interested in them anymore. One thing for sure when you meet someone for the first time is, get to know who they are. Get to know who they are. Get to know who they are. I cannot stress that enough. Like, when you meet someone for the first time, hang out if you're comfortable, hang out with them one-on-one, or hang out with them in a group setting. Have different conversations about your interests and stuff like that. When you're interested in someone romantically and it's that beginning stages, I feel like nothing's off the table because they're dang near a stranger. But if they are a friend, spend some time with them one-on-one, especially if you're seeing them through that romantic lens, because there's some things that you do with someone when they're just your friend versus when they could potentially become your romantic partner or they're your romantic interest. So, and I would say, like I said, have conversations, get to know their morals, get to know their values, see them for who they are as a person. And why I say that is because in the past, I've had fast-paced connections where in the beginning stages of getting to know each other, I was so caught up in the fact that, oh my God, someone likes me and I like them and we like each other, that we would hang out and spend time and have all this fun. But I was not leading with intention. And because I wasn't leading with intention, later down the line, I realized, 1, they're not compatible. 2, they have some really major red flags. And 3, we have good chemistry, but we are not compatible at all. What I also learned from rushing into relationships is I was ignoring red flags. I wish we would get into that later down in the series about red flags. But yeah, me rushing into relationships made me realize I was ignoring a lot of red flags. The flags, I thought they were pink, but they were red. They were super duper red. If it's not intentionally, but if someone's moving too fast, you met them on Monday and then on Friday they're telling you they love you, they don't. And also, when you're not rushing into that important stage of getting to know someone and who they are as a person, to see if you both are compatible or not, if you guys have the same interests or similar interests, if you have the same moral system or value system, if you how you communicate, your communication style, how they deal with conflict. These are very important things as well. In the beginning stages, be aware of these things, because you may think in the beginning like, oh, that's nothing, like it's whatever. It's never whatever, because it pops up later down the line, and like it comes back to bite you in your butt. It's important to slow down. Now I'm a big fan of slow burner. Like, I'm a very passionate person, but slow burn relationships, I'm not a big fan. And I say that because it's like, one, you're not invested into the connection so quick and so early. Like, sometimes people get so caught up with their emotions that when they are in a bad situation or they realize that the relationship isn't for them, they kind of tend to stay, because it's like, well, I invested all this time and emotion, so I'm just gonna write it out. And you never want to do that. Another good reason why it is to slow down and not rush into a relationship, because in the beginning stages, think about it, like people are auditioning, like they're auditioning to get the part. They want to be your significant other, they want to be your boyfriend, they want to be your girlfriend, they want to be your partner, right? So of course they're going to lead with their best foot forward. I want to make sure that it's not just words, it's also actions, because actions build trust. When that person tells you something, like when they say, well, I'm going to take you out on a date on Friday, and then they actually take you out on a date on Friday, you trust them that they stand on their word. Also, you don't want to rush into a relationship because you want to reduce the risk of infatuation. And sometimes, because getting to know someone, or the beginning stages of the relationship, aka the honeymoon stage, or even just of a talking situation when you guys are just talking, like that initial excitement sometimes could feel like love when it's not love. You make sure you like them for who they are and they like you for who you are, and not because of lust or what you could do for them, or genuinely like you as a person and they appreciate you as a person, and nothing else, nothing more. And taking things slow in a budding romantic connection is the best. Like, it really is, y'all. Also, taking things slow can also build healthier boundaries. And if you're also not too emotionally invested too quick, too fast, you're bound, like, things don't get blurred, boundaries don't get blurred. Be self-aware in the beginning stages of a romantic relationship. You have to be self-aware, you have to pay attention, you don't want to miss the red flags, and you don't want to miss your boundaries. And we will also touch up on boundaries later on in this video. The thing is, if you get delusional like I do, like I be in my head daydreaming about whoever I like. If I like someone, I be daydreaming about them. I'm daydreaming about what we're gonna do on a date. We are already married, we already walked down the aisle. Yeah, stop doing that. Like, you need to see this person's personality trait. And if in your head they're romantic, they're touchy, they're you know, they treat you, they serve you, but in reality they actually don't do none of those things, it's going to lead to disappointment, and it might even lead to resentment. You have to be grounded, because being grounded can lead to better decisions and better assessment on compatibility. So you can, like I said, you can know their values, their goals, their personality trait. Also, if you idealize the person so much, let's say they do mess up something or they cross a boundary, you might let it slide just because you have this idealized version of them. That is not true. There was one connection I experienced with this we're gonna call him Bob. I experienced a connection with Bob, and Bob love bombed me. Bob love bombed me so hard, because in the beginning stages, like, he was just so romantic. He told me a lot of things that I wanted to hear. He would gas me up, and then slowly but surely he was pulling away. And if I wasn't so caught up in this idealized version of Bob and was grounded in my emotions, and also didn't emotionally invest so much because of the attention, really slowed down and got to know Bob, I would have seen that Bob was full of shit and that we were not compatible at all. So I'm gonna talk about chemistry and compatibility. And I feel like this is one of the biggest lessons I've learned when it comes to dating. I'm gonna describe it, before I get all technical, I'm gonna describe chemistry is like the gas in a car. You know, you put the gas in the car to move and to go. Yes, that's what chemistry is in a relationship. It's the gas in the car. But if The car, the brakes, the engine, the motor, I don't know that much about cars, but if any part of the car isn't working, it doesn't matter how much gas you put in the car, you're not gonna go nowhere. The car's gonna stay right there. Chemistry is the initial attraction to someone. Like, you ever, walk up to somebody and y'all just got that vibe. Like, words don't have to be exchanged. It's just like, ooh, like, I like you. Like, who are you? Like, that is chemistry. Chemistry will never be enough because sometimes chemistry can even be lust. And you don't want to be with no one who is lusting after you, okay? Unless that's what you want. Unless that's the type of situation that you're looking for. But if you want to date with intention and date to be in a genuine connection, you don't want someone who is strictly lusting after you, because chemistry can turn to lust. Compatibility is important because that's what helps maintain the relationship over time. And why I say that is, do you and this person have the same lifestyle goals? Do you guys have the same morals? Do you guys have the same value system? Do they respect you as a person? Do they understand you? Compatibility can be companionship, the trust and security and the warmth that the relationship may bring for you. That's what makes you feel safe and secure. And you cannot have one without the other, because too much chemistry and little compatibility could lead to like a toxic situation, or even like just a lustful relationship. You can have a lot of compatibility but a little bit chemistry, and it might, you might be comfortable but it might be boring to you. So I always say have a good balance between chemistry and compatibility. You need both in romantic relationships, and that's something I learned. And like, this is where you have to sit down with yourself and think, okay, what do I need in a romantic relationship to make me feel safe, appreciated, loved on? How do we communicate? Like I mentioned earlier, how do y'all communicate? Conflict resolutions, love languages, all that stuff. Like, how do we relate? I personally have a list of things that I want and value in a partner and things that I'm looking for. Compatibility can go down to a person's personality traits and their like little quirks. And like, you may not think so, but like certain traits, like for me example, I always say I don't like a guy that's too playful. Like, I love to laugh, I love playful banter, but it gets to a point where it's like, if I meet someone who's too playful, they seem a little childish, I feel a bit dismissive, like you're dismissing my feelings, or you're... Hey y'all, this is me. During the editing session, I was realizing I didn't really get to go into depth of what I was talking about. But basically what I was saying is, I don't really like a partner that's too playful, because sometimes when they're too playful or they're a bit childish, they don't seem to take what I'm saying seriously. Like, I may be having a serious conversation or topic, but because they're like super playful, or like super duper playful, and they make fun of everything, like it may come off as dismissive. Anyways, on to the next example. For example, let's say I'm romantic, but I meet a partner who isn't romantic. It's not gonna work out. Like, it's not gonna work out, because if I'm romantic and I meet a partner who's not romantic, that means when we get together in a relationship, they're not going to do those romantic things that I will like take me on a date, or give me flowers, or write me a love letter, because they don't see no use in that. They're not romantic. Am I expecting a person who's not romantic to take me out on a date? Stuff like that, it goes a long way. It's also good to know who you are as a person, know like a sense of self, because don't let anybody come into your life, regardless if you like them. I don't care what they do for you. You cannot change anyone, and nobody can change you. The person that can change you is yourself, and vice versa. Yeah, you might meet people and they might make you want to do better. That's different. There's nothing I can do to change that person if that's how they want to be. Like, one is going to lead to emotional burnout and exhaustion. That's not who they are. Anybody force you to be someone that you're not. Don't let anybody tell you your interests, your likes, what makes you happy, what you don't like is wrong. And you need to be more so like this way. Either they like you for who you are, or they move along. It's harmful behavior, then maybe you need to go get that checked out, which we'll get onto that too. Anybody ever make you feel like who you are as a person is not okay? It's not them genuinely liking you for who you are, because that's just come with you. If that's not a partner for you, and if you are in a situation like that, you need to leave. Just sit down with yourself and think, is this somebody I really want to be with? Like, just think about that. Okay. The reason why setting boundaries early in the relationship is so important, one, it sets the tone for how the relationship is going to look down the line. One, it creates mutual respect. Two, building trust and security in the relationship, prevents resentment, promotes like healthy communication. And why do I say setting boundaries do all of these things? Your partner knows where to not cross the line, mutual respect in the relationship, because it shows how much someone values you or even considers your feelings. As well, setting boundaries can reduce conflict. I have this boundary set in place. You already know like my needs, limitations of what I can and cannot do, respond to you and talk to you. And also setting boundaries just prevent resentment, because sometimes we may cross our partner's boundaries, or we may not know our partner has certain boundaries. They might feel like they're being taken advantage of. Talk about is what is a boundary. If you see me look on the side, I'm looking at my computer. I have some notes on my computer. Okay. A true boundary is about protecting your emotional, mental, and physical well-being, and it's something for yourself. A boundary is not something for someone to impose on you or to try to control you, because people nowadays, everybody be calling things a boundary, and not everything is a boundary. Okay, a boundary, you want to be clear and direct. Instead of saying I don't like that, you can say I feel uncomfortable when you raise your voice at me during arguments. When you're setting a boundary, you want to use I statements, because when you say like you or even the person's name, they might feel like you're blaming them. And then sometimes people get defensive and they don't want to hear it. So you could be like, instead of saying, oh, you're clingy, like you're too clingy, that makes the person get defensive. Like, girl, what you talking about? I ain't clingy. You can just be like, oh, babe, I just need time for myself right now. When you set boundaries, you want to stay firm, but also be kind, okay? Boundaries are non-negotiables, but you communicate them with kindness. For example, you could say, if your partner asks you for money or something, you could be like, I can't lend you money right now, but I care about you to help you find another solution. These are just setting boundaries. And also so people don't take advantage of you, because people may try to test your boundaries and push back, find loopholes, jump through circles. People want to stay far away from. I'm going to give a couple of examples of boundaries. I'm going to place them on the screen. About to do a little pop up. Okay, we're going to talk about what is not a boundary. Okay. What is not a freaking boundary? Let me tell you what is not a boundary. If your partner tells you, I don't like you going to parties. Mind you, you've been going to parties before you even met homeboy or homegirl. Right? Things first. That is not a boundary. That is someone trying to control you. You're not allowed to hang out with nobody unless you tell me. Are you dating your parent, or are you dating a person? Those are not boundaries, okay? Those are not boundaries. That is someone trying to control you. They think once they slap that boundary word on it, like, oh, you got to do this. And you don't got to do nothing. You don't got to do anything at all. Okay? Someone who's trying to control you. And maybe it may stem from deeper things. Sometimes people have insecurities or fear of losing you. So they say things, they try to control you and impose on you, when in reality that is not a boundary. Because the boundary doesn't have anything to do with protecting their well-being. It's about controlling their partner's actions. So, and you really like this person, you could be like, you can tell them, communicate your needs, because that's important. You could be like, oh, I like going out, or I like spending time with my friends. I enjoy that. That's something that helps me. It makes me happy. And I don't want to feel like I'm being restricted. Maybe you can try to seek compromise. You could be like, is there something I can do to help you feel more comfortable when I'm out? Y'all can go that route. But if you can't go that route, I say cut them off. That's just me. Like, ain't no man, no woman ever gonna tell me what I can and cannot do, okay? Especially if it comes to my choices and who I am as a person. As long as I feel like I ain't disrespecting the relationship, you're not telling me what to do, okay? Point blank, period. I really wish somebody would tell me that dumb shit. Like, the fuck? But seriously, though, like, people really be trying it. Like, people really be trying. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. This is just part 1 of the things I've learned romantically of the series. Thank you so much for watching part 1. In part 2, we're going to be talking about when you're into deep into the relationship, realizing communication isn't above compatibility. So realizing, do this person even genuinely like you? And that sometimes nothing wrong with you is them. Yeah, I hope you stay tuned. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely share the video with anyone. I hope this video was helpful and insightful, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.